If we take a look at the world around us or ask ourselves and reflect deep inside, we all want to be great. But what does it mean to be great? Back in the ancient world, at the time before Christ was born, a great empire, namely the Roman Empire, rose to power and fame and became the leading force in the Mediterranean region.
By Mediterranean region, you mean the crossroads of 3 continents, right? Europe, Africa, and Asia. That's humongous. That's huge.
Yes, the Roman Empire held a large territory because they were strong and powerful. They had very skilled and strong Roman army, and that's how they conquered and expanded their territory over time. Even Judea, the homeland of the Jews, became one of the provinces of the Roman Empire. Back in their day, people in authority imposed their power upon people who were under them. This led them to treat them poorly. The Jewish people were not spared from the harsh reality that made them hope for a change.
That doesn't sound unique only to their time. I think people who think only of themselves end up being inconsiderate of serving others' needs even today.
You can say that. That's part of our fallen human nature. But Jesus shows us a better way. At one time, during Jesus' ministry, he talked to his disciples about his coming death and resurrection. But James and John, 2 of his disciples, seemed to be keen about something else. In Mark chapter 10, verse 37, they made a particular request to Jesus. When you sit on your glorious throne, we want to sit in places of honor next to you. One on your right and the other on your left.
Wait a minute. Wanting to sit next to Jesus? That doesn't sound bad at all.
Well, back in the day, loyal friends and followers who stuck with the future ruler through bad times often earned a right for a request, a favor of sorts. So, to ask for seats beside the ruler was equal to asking for the highest and greatest position in the kingdom. Other disciples got angry hearing the request, and it brought disunity among them. So Jesus calls them together and tells them the unexpected. You know that those who are considered rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. But it shall not be so amongst you. But whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be the slave of all. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many.
Wow. That's it. The disciples were looking at the way of the world to define what it means to be great. But they were mistaken to look at the wrong example, the rulers of the world, instead of following after Jesus' steps, who, in all his power, authority, and divinity, he came down on earth to serve and gave his life to save the world.
You got the point. God looks at greatness differently. In the eyes of God, those who put themselves last to serve others are the first, the greatest in his eyes.
You're right. Things really are different in God's kingdom. Wow. Why don't we take a better look at what the Word of God teaches us about a heart that loves to serve others?